We up in this again. Number 2? 2 times one day? What? I have a lot of time in my hand. I'm streaming all day. The all-day stream. Check the sound. Sounds good. Yeah, that's right. I feel like if I don't enunciate though, it's just a little soft, a little on the lighter side, but it's okay. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I have to try to. I gotta get this stripe down. Now, this is page 7 of A Bird's Last Look. 7. Okay, you're gonna have. I've been doing it in my notebook. I've been doodling them, but boom. I'm gonna try and get this page done straight digital. No manual reference. Well, let's get this. Let's get that bird's face right there. Boom. Neck right there. Boom. Little shoulder action. Okay, Sasuke. Okay, shoulder, arm. That's on the shoulder. Hands right there. Okay, then we're gonna have some elbows meet, okay? We're gonna have elbows meet. He's gonna have his arm right there. Let me get his face. Front, back, okay. Like, why are these two birds fighting? They're not two birds right now, but they will be. Let me put a little drawing guide on real quick. Let's make sure. Let's make sure we're good. The battle commences. Okay. Now, what else is going to be? How much space do I have? I was gonna do like a little step off right here. So I gotta figure out how to do that. I don't like this. Let me show you guys that. This is pretty cool. Wow. From Avatar? Yeah, looks like it. I think I'll eventually get to this level. Okay, boom. I need some dialogue up in here. Let me look up the Naruto versus Sasuke fight real quick. Naruto versus Sasuke is an iconic fight. But I don't want to get any copyright strikes on my channel if I'm watching this. So I'll just kind of fast forward through it. I probably need to draw them running towards each other first. You think it's weird if I if I have them flip sides like that? Boom. Okay. Ah. Okay, let's see. How can I do this? How can I do this? I want to draw them running towards each other. Yeah, I think I'll go. I want his hand behind him, like that. X right there. Ooh, the early bird gets the worm, am I right? Alright, I have to figure out some dialogue between these birds and why they're upset with each other. Early bird gets the worm is what he's going to say. But obviously, this guy hit him with his car, causing him to go blind. And boom. Let's get a fighting scene. Oh boy. I don't know how I want this to go yet, but I have notes on this comic strip that I'm making too. Page 7 is supposed to be the end. Yeah, he's supposed to learn the parry. Okay, I'm gonna do this scene first. I wanna draw some cool hands. Such a misshapen box. Should he do this? Why? Will this let me look at the Shonen Jump app while I'm on here? Okay, it will. Hopefully it doesn't, What chapter is Naruto vs. Sasuke? What chapter is the final battle Naruto vs. Sasuke? 476. No, it's not. But episode, what chapter? 694. Okay. They gotta hit that stare down, don't they? Damn. Come on, what? Quit doing that. They keep him on the left and keep him on the right. Like, why is it not full screen? Maybe I can do this. Let me see. I like how it hits that little diagonal right there. Reference. The llama reference. Man in a bird suit. I like that one. That's funny. Okay, what I'm looking for, yeah, I want to see a wing reference, but there was one that I had before that I no longer find. I'll save that for a few. But they're not these. This looks creepy as all get out. I think looking at like a humanoid person is gonna make more sense. These poses that I like. There was I like this character right here. It's a pretty cool reference. For people. Scrolling, I'm looking for my pose. Scrolling, I'm looking. working off of a small frame like that isn't going to work for me. Oh, these ravens look creepy. There's another. I want to look at a couple eyes real quick. Pretty cool. He's gonna be like, fool, you should have stayed dead. not that angle. Let me see. Yeah, then it's like his head's tilted that way. what's he wearing? I don't know what I put him in. Nothing, he just got feathers. Ooh! Get a fist reference. Ribbons look crazy. looking at a hand should be so much easier. These. That at the end. Then where they connect. Okay, I just need that fist right there. Oh, how should I draw a bird chest? It's right now. Oh, you should have stayed dead. Alright, I'm gonna listen to something. Maybe get the professor on or something, because I need done just listening to jazz. Next reacts Avatar Legends the Fighting Game roster reveal. Episode 2 is cooked. Diary of CEO is making you less successful. Shut up.
This is an unbelievably racist thing to say. I'm sorry.
What? The Department of Justice is targeting Hassan?
It's insane. I mean, I guess we'll start there. There's a Politico article that turned into an article that was just Adam Wren. Adam Wren wrote the initial article about me stumping with Abdul El Sayed. Adam Wren then basically took my super long response to him and turned it into an article in and of itself. The article is titled, Why Some Democrats Want to Shut Off Hassan Piker's Megaphone. The popular streamer's rise as Democratic influencer coincides with the party's long search for a path out of the wilderness. Hassan Piker speaks to the media at election night watch party for Zohran Mamdani's campaign in Brooklyn, New York. Hassan Piker's new role as a midterm surrogate and potential influence on the 2028 presidential race is driving a wedge in the Democratic Party. After Politico reported that Piker, the far-left political streamer with millions of followers, will stump in Michigan with Senate candidate Abdul El Sayed next month, his history of divisive comments have launched an avalanche of criticisms from Republicans and Democrats. Two of El Sayed's opponents, State Senator Mallory McMorrow and Representative Haley Stevens, lambasted El Sayed, with Stevens telling Jewish Insider, someone who's campaigning with someone like that is not going to win in Michigan, and McMorrow saying Piker says extremely offensive things in order to generate clicks and views and followers, which is not entirely different from somebody like Nick Fuentes, comparing him to the anti-Semite nationalist influencer. Piker's rise as Democratic influencer and surrogate coincides with the party's long search for a path out of the wilderness, particularly in recapturing young men. Piker is scheduled to appear alongside a live stream Choose Your Fighter rally organized by Progressive Victory at 6:30 p.m. Saturday by Representative Ro Khanna is among the list of attendees. Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner was originally billed as a participant, but he pulled out of the event. A person familiar told Plattner's planned appearance was a miscommunication. And on Sunday, Piker will rally with Senator Bernie Sanders at a Tax the Rich rally. The question over Piker's prominence also comes as both the Republican and Democratic parties ask fundamental questions about how big their tents should be. But it's out of power Democrats who face the higher short-term stakes. In an interview with Politico, Piker downplayed accusations that have been leveled against them, like the center-left think tank Third Way, whose leaders wrote a Wall Street Journal op-ed that Piker had a history of anti-American, anti-women, anti-Western, anti-Semitic comments. Piker said Third Way was losing their institutional relevance. He also said he's merely channeling, not changing, the attitudes of the Democratic base. I'm a megaphone, right? Piker told Politico. There are lots of Barbs and Debras out here, and out there in Minneapolis, for example. I said Barbaras, but they wrote Barbs. I don't know why. For example, that have never encountered me, and yet they share that frustration with the failures of establishment liberalism all the same. Piker said those type of voters view the Democrats as ineffective, inept. It's not because they tune into the Hot Army broadcast every day, he said, referencing his Twitch channel. They arrive at that conclusion because the Democrats lost to Trump twice with the same principle that you got to pivot to the mythical moderate center. This isn't Piker's first rodeo. He live streamed an interview last year with Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Sanders before the duos fighting oligarchy rallies. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani also sat for an interview with Piker last year. But Piker's increasing coziness with prominent Democrats also comes as some in the party argue he poses a problem for them. Piker is close to, but not over the Nick Fuentes line, where going on his show itself is indefensible. Third Way co-founder Matt Bennett, who's been sounding the alarm about the Democrats' affiliation with Piker, told Politico. Bennett added that Democrats take on all his baggage if they don't overtly reject him, which he said is dangerous because it empowers the right and gives them an incredibly powerful tool to hit Democrats with. That's very bad. But some Democrats, I mean, this is literally, I didn't think I'd be at the epicenter of this conversation, but this conversation is not about me at all. You know what I mean? Like, it might come across as a conversation that's about me, but it's not about me. This conversation is about where the Democratic Party should be heading. Will they be responsive to the needs of the base? Will they be responsive to the overwhelming demands, totally just demands, totally moral demands coming from, large majorities of the base of the party? Or will they continue with establishment neoliberalism, right? Because there is no Jeremy Corbyn style figure as it stands currently in the American left flank of the Democratic Party, they have positioned me as the fixture point, right? They have decided that I am the placeholder for a Jeremy Corbyn style figure that they can just like actively undermine with the same exact style of smears. But the difference now is when the anti-Semitism smears against Jeremy Corbyn were very effective in purging the left flank of the Labor and turning it into the Keir Starmer, very right-wing Labor Party that it currently is, that's collapsing the party in and of itself, right? When they did that, it was a very different media environment, okay? When they did that, it was an entirely different media environment. It was an entirely different political environment. The issue of Israel was nowhere near as salient as it is now. And also the issue of Israel was nowhere near as favorable to our side as it is now, right? So what they are trying to do is basically cut away at me being the vessel, the vehicle for left flank politics in the Democratic Party. I have made it I've made it known. It's not like I hide my perspective. I'm like, I want the leftmost persons to be elected in every single seat, right? I'm very open about it. I'm very honest about it. And I think that's what is so terrifying for a lot of these guys, right? I want socialists. I want a million Zorans all around the country, okay? I want to elect 1,000 Zorans. Let 1,000 Zorans bloom. Okay? And that is terrifying for a lot of these people. And it's not terrifying because these people will lose. It's terrifying because they'll win. Do you understand? That's the problem. They don't want the Democratic Party to have a large share of the power sharing agreement coming from people like Zohran Mamdani, who will be objectively more popular. And then the rest of the Democrats will have to caucus alongside people like that. And then the rest of the Democrats that want to maintain maintain their positions of power will have to reconsider their stances. They will have to lean into the left flank attitudes, the left flank push. And they will have to genuinely fight for those sorts of things. That's my goal. I've never hidden that. And I think we have an opportunity for it because this is the time, right? This is an opportunity unlike ever. An opportunity that we have that we've never had before. My take on the Hun stuff, Dem politicians have long been happy to tout themselves. Dem politicians have long been happy to tout themselves, talking to controversial far-right fascists to flaunt their left-punching credentials. And they've concurrently tried to starve all left-leaning media of attention. So the whole fake controversy here just spotlights the deeper asymmetry. And to be clear, I'm not equating Hassan with the far right, nor am I weighing in on all of his views, statements, declarations. I'm making a larger, indisputable point. As the country is crushed by very real problems here in the real world, there's a never forget we're the real story, not them vibe and media folk, trying to make politicians' views about other media folk the main focus of attention. Watch the old film broadcast news. It's all about this annoying dynamic. That's precisely what it is. It's like this is a larger conversation about where the party's future should be going, but it's being had over someone like myself. I'm at the center of it, but I'm just a placeholder, right? I'm simply a placeholder here. I'm not the actual story. The actual story here is where the Democrats go, where the Democrats go from now, where the Democrats grow from here. Should the Democratic Party be a centrist party, a center-right party? Should the Democrat actually be a leftist party, an actual, truly leftist party, an actual progressive party? But some Democrats like Khanna argue that the party needs to assemble a broad coalition that must include engaging with Israel critics like Hassan Piker, as PodSafe hosts have done, and many progressive candidates here have done. Khanna told Politico, of course, I disagree strongly with some of his statements and point that out, but canceling people or shaming people like Hassan Piker, Sean Ryan, or Theo Vaughn is not the answer. The debate over Piker's place within the party is set to play out across the 2028 field, too. Now they're saying you can't drive a wedge because 55% of self-identifying Democrats don't even know he exists. It's almost like you agree with us that it's bizarre and pointless for politicians to waste time smearing and denouncing him. Yes, exactly. Thank you. And that's precisely the reason why they're doing it, because 55% of self-identifying Democrats don't know who I am. The ones that do love me, right? And the ones that do that don't like me, they're incredibly marginal, right? They're not like self-identifying Democrats who know who I am as like a progressive guy at the Young Turks, or a guy who is like an anti-Zionist, all the, like those, not just you guys, but just like the broader Democrats, the people that come up to me when I go out to these rallies and stuff, like those people are far, far larger in numbers than the people who are like, I'm a self-identifying Democrat and I am. It's like, those are like Elizabeth Warren staffers, you know what I mean? There's a handful of them. They're not very significant. They don't represent a significant, forceful part of the base. They do have institutional relevance because they think I'm like up their jobs, right? Because their job is to just like hold on to power, right, to the best of their ability, and
their job is just to hold on to power for the best of their ability. He fucked up. Bill Burr in trouble after Dave Chappelle's public meltdown. What? Dave Chappelle had a public meltdown?
Bill, careful now.
And liberal left people flipped out if you didn't say they.
Oh!
Stop saying Bill Burr fell off. Shut up. Shut up. Yeah, he had bad take. Whatever. That's it, dude. No joke. You just don't like comedy. It's fine.
You know what's funny right now is watching the hardcore left walking away from their hardcoreness, after they took out so many innocent people. Now they're doing their new thing is like, nobody got canceled. What are you talking about?
When he says that the left killed all those innocent people, is he talking about Stalinism? That's like usually what people say when they say that. Soviet Union, communism, 1,000 billion people dead. It's true, Marx said to do it. He said,
wait, what is he talking about? I don't think he's not like
You know what's funny right now is watching the hardcore left walking away from their hardcoreness, after they took out so many innocent people. Now they're doing their new thing is like, nobody got canceled.
No, he's not even talking about Stalin. He's literally talking about like he's talking about cancel culture or whatever, or like I think this was about Me Too, right? He's talking about rad libs and like people getting fired and shit. No, he's not talking about Stalin.
What are you talking about?
when he says that the left killed all those innocent people, is he talking about Stalinism? That's like usually what people say when they say that. Soviet Union, communism, 1,000 billion people dead. It's true, Marx said to do it. He said it in the first page of Capital. Go read it.
Oh God, another old person saying we can't even say this. It's like, no, you did do that. You did do that, you right?
Hey, swear word. Very naughty, Bill.
That is what happened. That is what happened, right?
Yeah, no, he's literally hitting the both side argument where he's saying like, it's like when people say, oh, you can't even say this no more. Well, except people do say it, and the people do actually unironically cancel those people, and then they say, oh, we haven't really canceled them. That's what he's saying.
It'd be nice if he could be specific about who actually was really canceled. The biggest example I can think of what he's talking about, of big internet backlash to stand-up specials, is Dave Chappelle. And we all know just how
No, I think what old Bilbo Baggins is talking about is not necessarily about Dave Chappelle. I think he would probably even joke about how Dave Chappelle was not really canceled. Old Billy Bitch Tits. People do get ahead of themselves every now and then and go, that's really up. But as an old Bostonian man, I think he's too heavy-handed on this. As an old Bostonian man, I think he's going a little too heavy-handed on the cancel culture, which is something that he's actually railed against a lot. So it's I think his position is more nuanced than that. Defending Bill Dick riding? No, I will always defend him. I've also seen that special. It's like an older video of his. Important follow-up question: is anyone talented to be canceled? No. Yeah. Bilbo Baggins is the man. I will defend him all day, every day. Also, if you want to know what is like another version of the Radlib shit that's being weaponized cynically, I'll tell you what. It's the Stop Anti-Semitism Twitter account, okay? It's real. That shit is very real. They literally go and find every Palestinian person and unironically, quote-unquote, cancel them. And none of these motherfuckers, maybe Bilbo has talked about it, I don't know, but none of these motherfuckers talk about that shit. Every single one of these motherfuckers cancel culture ass pieces of shit, garbage ass comedians, with the, of course, exception of Bilbo Baggins. I do love Bill Burr. Okay, he's cool. He's awesome. Where are they at? Where's the smoke from the intellectual dark web? I haven't heard a single one of these motherfuckers that cut their goddamn stand-up specials, that constantly and consistently talk about how like cancel culture is real, why there's no free speech on college campuses.
Shout out.
Where are they at? Why aren't they defending random Palestinians
Bobos
and shit for
in the chat? Teenage Mutant Ninja Birds.
Where are they at for Melissa Barrera? That's a famous person.
Let me show you the story that I'm doing. I'm making a mini comic, okay? Yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Birds, more like it. So I'm on page 7. Okay, you're pretty far behind because you don't have an Instagram. You don't have an Instagram. You only have Snapchat. So I've been making this mini comic called A Bird's Last Look because there was this song by, who are they called? They're called Macabre Plaza. Look up Macabre Plaza, A Bird's Last Look. I was walking to work one day. Song comes on. I think I had the shuffle on, the shuffle feature. And here, let me just go to the first page. I had the shuffle feature playing, and I was like, what would a bird's last look be? So I was like, maybe the bird gets hit by a car. But I didn't want to kill the bird. So the bird sees the worm, flies down, gets hit by a car. I guess technically its last look is the worm. But anyway, he gets hit by a car. I didn't want to kill the bird. So the bird gets nurtured back by a bat. Now you might be thinking, why the bat? Because how's the bird going to recover? He's lost his eyesight. He's had his last look. Now he needs his sonar echo chamber type of friend. What's it called when you're listening to echoes and stuff like that? So it's just called sonar. That guy. He needs a bat to teach him how to live again. So he gets saved. Bat's like, hey, you need some life in you. Shows him evil moment 37. Pa! The parry. But he's like, oh, I can't see. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot you're blind. So it's time to train you. Bird goes through a training montage. This is like his splitter. Splinter? The bat is like his splinter. Teaches him martial arts. It is like Teenage Mutant Ninja Birds, now that you mention it. Flashback. Why'd he get hit by a car? Another bird was colluding with the worm to set him up. The bat hears this, doesn't do anything about it, but takes him to seek revenge. We can find him in the park. Now the showdown commences. I don't know if you're still there, but that's how we got to this showdown. Shut up, Bill. Here, I wanted to listen to Professor Jiang. I can't find him in my... Let's see what the Great Reset's all about.
Today, I want to look.
Actually, I have to start this series from... I haven't listened to this series from the beginning. Let's look at Secrets of the Universe. Let's watch great books.
What is a great book? What I want to show you in this class is that a great book is something that makes you fully human by revealing to you the secrets of the universe and the secrets of what it means to be human. Now, in school, you've been taught that a person comes from evolution, right? We evolved from monkeys. 99% of our DNA is that of a chimpanzee. And you're taught that the world is primarily materialistic. The world is what you can see, what you can observe, what you can measure, and that's it. And this is the great lie, the great deception that we teach you in school. And we know it's a lie, it's a deception, because everything that you've been taught in school, everything that you've learned here, that you will learn in university, in graduate school, in science, in life, does not answer a fundamental question. What is consciousness? Why do we see the world the way it is? How do we think? How do we have ideas? How do we communicate? You're not allowed to ask this question. And therefore, you're not allowed to ask the question, what does it mean to be human? What is human? Okay? And I will show you in this class that there are two aspects of being human. There is, of course, the material aspect. You have a body, but you also have a soul. Okay? You also have a soul that connects you to the spiritual or to the divine. Okay? And that's who you are. And the spiritual and the divine, there's a spark inside of you that comes from God. And this spark is what allows you to love and to imagine. So being a human means to engage in two fundamental acts. The act of love, of loving someone, which allows you to unify with God. And the act of imagination, to expand your consciousness, which allows you to be God itself. Okay? Love is the unifying force of the universe, the God force. The imagination is the animating force of the universe. And this is the great secret of the universe. The universe is not material, it is conscious. It is consciousness itself. Okay? So this is a really hard concept to understand. Okay? So let's work through it slowly. Okay. So we have Immanuel Kant. And we'll read Immanuel Kant later on. Okay? And he's trying to figure out what reality is. How do we perceive reality? And his solution is this. He believes that the world is divided into reality itself, called the noumena. Noumena just means the things in themselves, the objective reality. And then there is the phenomena. And what we do basically is that we perceive or we engage with the noumena and we translate it into the phenomena. The things in themselves become the things to us, the things that appear to us. And we do this by filtering the noumena through time and space. Okay? So our brains are constructed in a way that allows us to perceive the spiritual and turn it into material. So another man named Julian James, he is an American psychologist, and he takes this idea and he gives it a physical basis. Basically what he says is that our brains have both a right hemisphere and a left hemisphere. Okay, right, left. So what the right hemisphere does is it connects to the noumena, the things in themselves that we can never know, and then the left translates it into the phenomena. Okay, so this is a mechanism in the brain that does this. The right
You connect the phenomena to the phenomena. Why did I just get a message from? There's gonna be street cleaning. IGN gave the new Super Mario Galaxy movie a 6 out of 10. Get a side profile. Hello?
Please hold for this important message regarding your credit card balances. Due to your payment history and credit utilization, you now qualify for a consolidation loan of
Hi, this is
Spam. Boom, 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 boom. Pow, little Lynn's in the chat. What's going on, man? Turn up. It is a great day to stream and draw. I'll tell you that. I'm trying to finish this mini comic I've been working on. I've been putting this sucker on Instagram, but haven't finished it. How you doing, pal? Are you gonna pop out tomorrow? And don't say depends. Get your ass out there. Let me talk to Bella. Not tomorrow, Friday. No, that's Friday, that's Friday. I meant to say Friday. My bad, my bad. I'm gonna confuse you. You're gonna show up tomorrow and be like, what the hell, where the hell is everybody? These fingers look disgusting. Let me redo these. She's right here cooking, Joel, playing. I'll ask her. I haven't asked her yet. Yeah, you gonna wait till last minute, huh? I think Doman might come too. I'm like, just come through. Oh, Brennan calling me. Hey, Brennan. I'm live on stream and you're on speakerphone. Well, what's going on?
Gonna see if you're free on Thursday.
Free Thursday to come out on touch. What time?
At 4:30.
Ooh, where at?
Black Tux.
Huh? It's called the Black Tux? Wouldn't it be cheaper in Peru to rent a tux or no?
No, do it now. Can't wait.
Really? How about, can I just wear a suit that I have? What color is it? I know it has to be the same one, but what kind is it? It's just a black tux? So the... Okay. Send me the location. I have to see. Let me see. How much is it? Okay. All right. Bye. Won't tell me how much it is. Won't know until everybody finishes. Yeah, we'll see. You're not out until 12:30? 12:30 what time? 12:30 p.m.? 12:30 a.m.? Oh, we're not gonna be out until 12. We're not gonna be out there until 12:30 a.m., man. At least I'm not gonna be out there until 12:30 a.m. Like that's, you gotta be shitting me. Come on, Paolo. Why'd you even say you were gonna come? You motherfucker. You motherfucker. You knew what you were doing. I gotta look at my own fist while I do this. One, two, three, you just go tell everybody right now that you don't get out of work till 12 a.m. Where's Paolo? Where Paolo at? Good call. He ain't calling off. I know you got. When did you get another job? I should give him some like Sasuke hairstyle too. But as feathers. Why is this Raven so swaggy? This Raven's so swaggy because he's based off of the swaggiest character in Naruto. That isn't named Naruto. They transferred us to the last shelter. We stay in there until all the kids leave, and then I guess that's it. So that fist looks pretty real. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That's sick. I see the vision. I understand now. Look. This is my reference. Let me show you. I was using this. Wait, am I on the right? I'm on the right layer. Why isn't this full screen? Why isn't this full screen? What the fuck? Let me X this out now. Here's my inspo. Boom! Well, you can obviously see the inspo on the screen. And then the last panel is going to be this right here. Them just staring at each other. I should make him breathe fire right here. Koton! Escape a fire jutsu! Feel like some little designs on his arm. His chest is gonna be open. He's Sasuke or something. I really don't have to go that far because that's how. Doom Madonna. Doom Madonna. Do I want the wings to be on his back? Like, where else would they be, right? Gotta give him his Naruto references. You think Rock Lee would have destroyed Neji in the Chunin exams? That's a good ass question. That's a good ass question, Paulo. Let's see. Could Rock Lee have destroyed Neji? No. Well, because Neji had beaten Rock Lee in every single match up until that point. So, maybe. But Neji had never taken on the Gates. But could Neji block off Rock Lee's chakra points so he couldn't use the Gates? Because Neji definitely couldn't have taken Rock Lee, I'll tell you that. Like, Neji versus Rock Lee, Neji's done. But then Neji could take out Rock. He couldn't touch Gaara, though. Like, there's no way Neji could touch Gaara. Rock Lee had a decent chance just because he was quick enough. Think Rock Lee would beat him? Let's look up, what's Rock Lee's greatest feat? Rock Lee's greatest moment. Yeah, this is probably it.
Neither ninjutsu or genjutsu is certainly a rarity. Lee has only his taijutsu to rely on. Some might consider that a disadvantage. But that's what makes him a winner.
Huh?
All right, Lee, take him off.
But Guy Sensei, you said that was only as a last resort when the lives of
But
very important
Guy Sensei!
That's right, I did. But this is an exception.
Really, Guy Sensei?
Really?
This is Rock Lee's greatest moment. Now,
Huh? Are those? How old?
if we're talking just aura, Rock Lee's cooking Neji. I think even in a one-on-one, Rock Lee's cooking Neji. Because think about it this way. Neji got hit once by Naruto and was done. I'm going to show you that right after that. He got hit once. Yeah, he used his chakra, but you're a one and done, Neji?
Fashioned leg weights, basic training equipment.
You think you'll be able to get through Gaara's defenses just by dropping a couple of pounds of weight?
Wait.
Ah, that is better. Now I will be able to move freely.
That was better! Now I'll be able to move freely! Nailed it.
Come on, you really think you'll be able to get through Gaara's defenses just by dropping a couple of pounds of weight?
Unfazed. Everybody else.
Guy, you are too much.
You are too much.
All right, now go!
Now go! Boom! He's like, oh shit! He caught him. He's like, oh, he's behind me. Look at him. He's like, where'd he go? He hit. Oh! Rock Lee had Gaara shook. Look, he doesn't even know he's back here. About to roundhouse kick him in the head. Neji could not do anything against this. He had automatic stand. That's the only reason. Like, honestly, I wish they did not hold Rock Lee so much in Naruto. They hold him to the nth degree. Any other fight that Rock Lee is in and he does this, that person's done. Sasuke, Naruto, Neji, all the Sound Ninja, all the Sand Ninja, all of them. I almost forgot that Rock Lee's that dog. Okay, I almost forgot. For a second, I was like, damn, could Neji really take Rock Lee? Nope. We're gonna look at Neji's greatest moment. And he gets one shot by Naruto. Ah! You see him? He's like, oh. Watch this, watch this. Watch his head. The way that they do speed, like, instantaneously, Rock Lee was my favorite character right after this fight. Instantly.
So fast.
Amazing.
Boom, boom.
I could see that Lee had no aptitude for.
Look at Neji. He's like, look at you, no eye, heaven ass, big head mother.
Ninjutsu or genjutsu. So he skipped them and focused all of his time and energy into developing his taijutsu. That way we turned his disadvantage into a blessing. Now he doesn't need those other things to win.
Now he doesn't need those other things to win.
Because he's transformed himself into the world's greatest taijutsu specialist.
Ah! That fucking shit was amazing. Hit him right in the dome. Look at him. His knees are bent.
Specialist.
Boom. That's killing Neji. That's killing Neji right there. Neji took one hit from Naruto. That is killing him. Like, heel kick. Like, how many times did he spin? Look how much force is in this kick. He's still spinning. His head, Neji's head is split open right here. Boom. The only reason Gaara survives is because he has his sand shield. He's like, ah. This should have knocked him out too, honestly. Because I don't know if he had his sand shield activated throughout this whole match. I forgot. I haven't watched the Chunin exams in a little bit. I just started actually reading Naruto, and I'm at the beginning of not the beginning of the Chunin. I'm at the beginning of the tournament of the Chunin exams. So I can't wait to get to this moment. But Neji, he's a goner.
Neither ninja.
Look at that. Everybody's like, oh, he did that. Okay, I know you said in the Chunin exam, but like this is his greatest moment. This OST, this music that's playing right here is actually fire. It's like very vampire-y. Like, well, what's that instrument called? It's it's the piano that's in the choir, the piano that's in a church. What's the piano that's in a church? What's it called? If it's a close combat, as long as I keep my distance, I'll have no problem. Like, this isn't doing anything. The Oregon. Yeah, this Oregon's going hard. This move that Neji's about to perform isn't going to do anything against Rock Lee. Yeah, this is Neji's best fight, period. Look at that. Spiders! $124 palm! 8 trigram! 124 palm! I hope my page doesn't get copywritten because of this. Because look at this. This is on YouTube. This shit that Neji's doing right now, even if he did 128 palms versus Rock Lee in the tuning exams, is Neji faster? Who's faster, Neji or Rock Lee? Who's faster, Neji or Rock Lee? Rock Lee is generally faster than Neji, particularly utilizing the 8 gates. That's it? Is that the only time he's faster? While Neji has superior combat reaction and gentle fist techniques, Lee's raw speed, especially with weights removed and in higher gates, is unmatched among their peers. Okay, let's read this. Rock Lee versus Neji, the failure versus the genius. Who is stronger? Mainly in part 1, as that is when they are true rivals, but Shippuden and onwards is still relevant. I'm not sure, to be honest. I think in base form Neji wins because of his palm rotation jutsu, which is apparently even stronger defense than Gaara Sand. What? How? How is this a stronger defense? It is fast as fuck. That is fast. Did you see that? That's a pretty fast technique. So fast. That was pretty fast. And also because although Lee is faster and physically much stronger, Neji only needs to get just a graze on him to do some serious damage. I'm not sure who would win if Lee was in 5th gate mode. That's wild. I think he may be able to win as he could probably attack faster than Neji can react, or could wrap his bandages around him to prevent him from rotating. And I don't think that Neji's defense jutsu would do anything about being slammed into the ground. That's true. That's true. Neji's 8 trigram, 128 palms isn't doing anything about a leaf hurricane or the lotus technique. He's not doing anything to beat Rock Lee when he gets that off. It may be able to repel attacks, but I can't imagine it would be able to do anything to negate the velocity at which he gets slammed down. After seeing Lee open the inner gates against Gaara, he says something along the lines of, "Someone who needs to use such a self-harming / risky technique to gain the strength to win isn't truly strong." Do you agree with that? I genuinely don't know if I do or not, but I am kind of leaning towards disagreeing. After all, the strength is coming from himself and not an outside source. What do you guys think? Has Rock Lee already surpassed Neji right from the beginning of the series? Or is Neji just too much of a genius ninja for Lee to ever catch up with him? Lee is way ahead of Neji right now for obvious reasons. That's it. Damn. Even though everyone likes to ignore it so they can hate on Neji, both Lee and Guy believe that Reverse Lotus was the key to beating Neji. So neither 3rd gate or 4th gate was enough in their opinion. I really don't understand why everyone loves Rock Lee. What the? This is in the Naruto subreddit? Yeah, Neji fucking died. He's dead! He's dead! Is Rock Lee dead? No. Rock Lee versus Toji, who wins? Honestly, that's a good fight. Rock Lee versus Toji. Are you watching Jujutsu Kaisen? People who like to say there's no way QB Chakra Naruto was fast as gated Lee, just so they can justify the belief that Neji couldn't beat Lee due to speed. People just love to hate on Neji, regardless of what the manga is showing. Neji was fast enough to respond to a form of Naruto that was faster than the form that was stomping Sasuke at volume VOTE1. I don't know what that means. You guys are... This is nerd talk. Volume 10th edition 1. Since Sasuke had Lee's speed at that point, that shows Neji could react to Lee with no weights as well. Sasuke had Lee's speed? He did, didn't he? But Sasuke has the Sharingan. He's able to copy. It doesn't mean he could match Lee's speed, so... That's not a valid point. Neji was fast enough to sense Kidomaru's arrow and react using chakra, but I'm sure I'll get downvoted for saying Neji could also defend from Reverse Lotus using chakra. Kidomaru's arrow bent tree trunks and destroyed the forest as it flew by, but nobody wants to hear about that because it threatens Sasuke's overall standing to acknowledge other characters' feats. This guy's going off about Sasuke too. Like, you guys show too much disrespect towards fucking Neji. People love to cite Lee's destroying the arena by running across it, but they stick their head in the sand when you show them scans showing how the arena was already destroyed before Lee used Third Gate, and he wasn't the only one who broke it. Another thing ignored and downvoted is that Naruto didn't even clash with the full Kaiten at the Chunin exams. Neji wasn't finished making the Kaiten because Naruto's chakra spiked when he was only a few steps away from making contact. The chakra from the Kaiten wasn't even visible. Neji had barely started, but it was still strong enough to slap the cloak off Naruto. And before someone who hasn't read the corresponding chapter in years tries to say the arena wasn't broken before Lee ran over it. This was 8 years ago. Hilarious. This is Neji's greatest feat. Right here. This is Neji's greatest feat. Right here. This is Neji's greatest feat. No one's replaying this moment. 340,000 views. Let's look at Rock Lee's. 426,000. You're up almost 100k. 80k. You're up, Rock Lee. Just by taking off some weights and kicking him in the head. 1 million. 1.5 million from the ramen guy. Bam. I'm just saying. Okay. Like, am I right? Am I right or am I right? Okay, I'm gonna finish this page some other time. Thanks for giving me, what's the verdict then, Eric? Rock Lee. Rock Lee is whooping Neji's ass. I don't care what this Redditor says. Chunin exams. Poll closed. 129 votes. 74 to Lee. 55 to Neji. Rock Lee's taking them. The people have spoken. 129 Naruto fans, to be honest. I gotta get in on this Naruto subreddit. The power of youth wins. Get him, Lee. Rock Lee's a dog. All right, I'm out of here for the day. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I'll catch you next time, Lil Lens. I'm gonna be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm gonna be back on tomorrow. I'm trying to make my streaming an everyday type of thing. Is what I say every single time. But I really need to finish this mini comic. I'm gonna finish this mini comic. Let me tell you what I have to work on. I have a little to-do list for myself. I have this mini comic I need to finish. I have to finish Osaka Castle because I want to make this into a print, sell it. I have this Pilsen landscape that I'm working on. This one is very in its infancy stages, as you could tell. I got my B sticker sheet. I haven't ordered any B sticker sheets yet. Those are the main things. I want to finish this architecture first. And then maybe I'll work on this after I finish my mini comic. That's my plan to myself. Alright. Thanks for stopping by.